Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Onivia used his charm on the wave to finish the last minion, so Vic was like, okay, go time.
Speaking of go time, oh no, he doesn't make it over. He doesn't make it over, and the Orb of Deception is just going to kill him. Canyon takes a couple of turret shots, but is otherwise A-okay. And the woes for Vikla are not exactly going. Full vision available here for Gen.G with that control ward in the back of the pit, and Canyon right over here. Teleport in.
Jovi just got Malignance, massive.
Oh my god, that's a huge... 11 minutes? Oh yeah, we getting out of here. As now Chovy looking to see where he can use this cool new item. True Shot Barrage once again. That's actually 1 point. As Solar Flare not going to quite get the stuns. A little bit slower as, oh dear. The Wukong not exactly doing too much. The Drake going on over to Canyon there as well, as Kellen going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. No more stun available, and Kellen with the fadeaway ignite goes in. But Chovy, I think, is going to be able to get a little bit of value from his Malignance. 2-0-1 now on the Ahri. And Gen.G, not yet. You just can't take that dragon away from him.
He might have the gold for item. All bets are off.
Yep. And Duro played that so well. But we're going to have a look towards his top side, as Clear is underneath his turret. Did have his mist for a little while, but Canyon, he charges up the Q. He takes down the Gwen. And it's now 4-0. And Gen.G, is it too early to be talking about, well, now we just need to deny the perfect game? Because this is looking really, really difficult for BNK. Well, a 4,000 gold lead is ridiculous. As Solar Flare comes down, in goes Duro. True Shot Barrage this time will tag Ruler, but they're not really able to do too much with that initial salvo. And Gen.G just happy to stand on them. They already just naturally have massive leads. BNK are going to start off this Drake once again, though. Grand Starfall is up and available. Canyon is just right here. Diablo moving in. Ruler on an awkward spot, but Keen, he's looking for some Shock Blast. He finds the middle there. That's 6 points. Is now clear. Looking for Chovy in the back line. And it is going to be Drake secured by BNK. So, no more perfect game. Gen.G not going to need to play as reserved anymore. So they throw down the Rift Herald, looking to see whether they can get some meaningful damage towards this outer turret. See whether that does indeed happen. Shock Blast not quite connecting. Duro looking for an angle perhaps, as in goes Kellen. But he's blowing up. Oh my goodness, the damage is absurd. And there's a knock up on the Vikla as well. He finds the Empress Divide, but it hits no one. It does nothing, and Duro's just out of there. The stun comes down, but it's onto the clone. Keen now looking to see what he can get done, and that Shock Blast at point blank is so scary to the skies. But it's so much picking of the gap here between two members. But Gen.G not able to get... Also looking great. 1.6k in the lead as well for the Pantheon, as Keen could be in a little bit of trouble. There's a teleport coming in. To the skies goes the Jace, and is able to actually trade really, really nicely here. Still has a turret, of course, as Vikla.
Nice flash.
Just, yeah. The flash is going to be up, so it's not a bad ulti there from Vikla, but unfortunately with that summoner spell, Keen is able to mitigate it. Still, it was perfectly flashed, but now Grand Starfall comes in. Stun down onto Clear. Will get his flash as well. Gen.G, that's a lot of summon spells on BNK's side down. Gen.G might want to go for this Otacon.
They could potentially, after this tower, you know, they did a good amount of damage to BNK FEARX. I think that's the difference, right? Flash bid on both sides, but the resources invested by BNK FEARX and the health bars lowered a lot more significant.
Yeah, not to mention the coffers are just a little bit fuller on the side of Gen.G, as they have a 5,000 gold lead, close to 6 already.
They also have the added power of all those pedals, and they are looking for Chovy.
Oh, yeah. They will just be able to throw everything at him, and I think Chovy is going to die. He almost manages to Spirit Rush his way out, but thankfully doesn't put his flash on cooldown. Well, I think Duro's worth a shot as well.
Yeah.
With a lot of his play towards the bottom side. His quickness was so good in the dragon fight as well.
I mean, Keen kind of set up them getting the Otacon.
Hey, there we go.
I think that's the thing with POM as well. The first game, you kind of like, okay,
for a little while. Infernal Soul, kind of a big deal here as well. Will give a lot of extra damage over to Gen.G, because they're the ones that are starting it up, and they should be able to take this one down without too much of a response.
I mean, getting that dragon early for BNK FEARX definitely bought them some time, so they don't have something is instantly dipping out. They know what's in that brush. They will clear it out though.
Ooh, Chovy finds another electrocute. That does a lot of damage. Still holding the charm from what we can see, is the flash has to be out. As in goes Duro, finds a knock-up onto Vikla, but the follow-up isn't quite there. Clear's teleported in. Grand Starfall from Canyon, who's looking for Vikla, gets his target, but the follow-up is not going to be available, and Diablo has already dealt with Chovy. A great fight here for BNK FEARX. Around the Baron as well, with no jungler. Is it a Baron angle?
It's risky, but I think they have to go for it. You're in a bad spot. Try and make it happen. They're going to maybe look for some poke in the meantime to make it weird.
Oh, Diablo could be in trouble here as Ruler able to free hit. Clear looking to get on top of him. Raptor taking so much damage as Keen flashing away from Diablo. Can Diablo follow it up though? And the answer is yes, as they take him out. Ruler with the flash is so sexy, but still, he is going to go down. And Diablo just chasing after him. There it is. The kill comes through. It's a triple here for this Ezreal, but it does mean no bow. And BNK coming alive as Clear getting on top of Chovy in that backline. As Ruler's just dead. That Mystic Shot did so much damage, and now Chovy is going to be cut down where he stands. The two damage dealers just on the floor, and BNK are looking for a Baron.
And we were talking about
be two dragons apiece. We have even footing. BNK, there is still an outer turret in that mid lane that they can siege down for some extra money utilizing this Baron. They grab themselves a bit of a brain fade on the Gen.G side, and now we're starting to see some of the cracks in the Gen.G composition as well. Like, there's no front line for this team. Kellen is actually going to be a legitimate tank as the game goes on. Of course, can just put up the Eclipse as we can see right here. Actually now taxiing into the backline as well as Keen gets engaged on, and Canyon is just dead in the blink of an eye. Gen.G are falling apart, ladies and gentlemen.
It's getting decimated at this point. 2,000 gold lead for BNK FEARX, but it just feels like the gold is in all the right places. 2,000 lead just for Diablo needs so much work.
Clear is really eviscerating these turrets. That was like Raptor coming down. He's like, I'll help you. And then he sees what was happening. He's like, I guess I don't need to. And that is going to be exactly right. As now Chovy looking for a charm angle. Doesn't connect it. Still, it's going to be some decent damage onto Diablo there. And Gen.G do need to still be respected.
They keep fishing with these ults from Chovy, and every time he just takes so much damage in return. Remember, Diablo has cleanse as well, so even if it hits, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll get a kill.
Yep. It's a 2,000 gold lead for Diablo alone, based on all of those shutdowns that he was able to pick up at this point in time. As Gen.G not going to lose their inner turret just yet, but it is getting very close.
And this is why we've seen so many Ezreal bans in the second rotation. BNK FEARX prioritizing it early.
Well, Canyon face checking once again, as it is going to be the kill onto Kellen. BNK FEARX still with an opportunity though, as Chovy is incredibly low. Canyon as well, falling lower and lower. The heal going to be invested just to try and keep them alive. As Ruler and Kellen have not been afraid to just go in, put themselves on the line. Clear as well. Being able to catch flanks has been really impressive. As Canyon goes in, Kellen in a little bit of a rough spot, is actually now flashing away, has been separated from the rest of the team. True Shot Barrage not really doing too much outside of softening up Ruler, and now Raptor could be in trouble. The flash out once again as the charm is invested, as Canyon was looking for Diablo. As possible, it is only Soul Point, remember, because BNK were able to deny that second Infernal Drake for Gen.G. So now
Gen.G started making a little bit of progress in the recent minutes.
Oh, Diablo just throwing out Mystic Shots all over the place. Solar Flare going to get some slows, but not too much more, as now Clear goes golden, but Raptor's the one in so much trouble. Canyon locks down the kill. Duro keeping himself safe as well, and the Gwen is dead. Diablo is going to have to be an absolute hero, but the charm lands. Of course it does. This time around, Chovy in the clutch, able to make it happen. The knock-up onto Kellen will be able to take him down, but Duro is going to die. Diablo having to use everything, and the follow-up charm is just too good. And from being in a winning position to probably just losing the game in the snap of some fingers.
Duro playing so well around Clear, ensuring they got that kill.
Vikkla's dead. Well, he's golden.
Too.
But there are a lot of feathers on the ground there. The Sand Soldiers will celebrate, but they're not celebrating for BNK. This inhibitor turret's going to go down, the inhibitor to follow, but I'm seeing this like the Xerxes moment, you know, where he throws the spear and the scratch is left on the cheek of the god. And certainly Gen.G can bleed. This was not clean throughout the mid game, but they do take the W.